Hear this, I don't have Twitter, I don't have Facebook, I don't have Instagram, I don't have nothing. I've got a £10 mobile phone. That's what I've got. And that's all I want. And all I want to do is say hello and goodbye. I'm not interested in the modern world. So don't buy into these fake accounts. I've got nothing like that and don't want it, never will have it either.
Well, John Fury backstage.
Is that straight enough?
Yeah, it is. That clears that up. I will have one last.
So stop being bad with the Fury name, because you'll get that in your ear hole when I see you.
Bob Arum, Tyson's co-promoter, mentioned that he feels that Tyson, with as good as he is, he'd have been able to have a go with Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, etc. In your opinion, how big can Tyson be with regards to his personality or aura? The same way Muhammad Ali was such a huge star across sport, not just boxing, or across the world in Muhammad Ali's case. How big can Tyson be in comparison?
Let's take Bob Arum. He's 88 years old. What he hasn't seen in the boxing game ain't worth seeing. He's forgotten more than a lot of promoters know. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he's seen all his great fighters. He's been there, he's had the pleasure to work with them and be with them and see them fight. And if he can assess my son on a level with them people, he knows what he's talking about. Bob Arum, he ain't going to be wrong. And it's so good to see a man as knowledgeable as Bob Arum giving my son credit and comparing him to the level of those great fighters. Well, it's a phenomenon for me. You know, I can't get over it. Every time I look at Bob Arum, I think, you know what, this guy knows what he's talking about. And if he can liken my sons to them, well, what can I say about that? Only good on you, Bob Arum. People need to listen to Bob Arum. He's got the experience, he's seen it all, and he's done it all in the boxing field. And if he says it's Tuesday, Bob Arum, in the boxing world. And I'll leave it on that one.
You know, you've just said that. Somebody on one of the past comments on the last interview said, if you say it's Tuesday, John. Yeah. So you've been picked up on that one there.
Maybe 25 years ago, mate. So now they can say it's Thursday, Friday, I don't care. What I'm seeing, no heavyweight can cope with. They're brilliant fighters, them. And like I say, if he wasn't around, Tyson, they'd be around for a long time. But it's not when we get the fight and if he's going to beat them. It's just getting them in the ring. And I think that'll be a problem because they know what's coming. Once he enters that ring, then belts are coming back to Tyson Fury. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm as confident now, and I said this in Germany before the fight, and I'm saying it now even more confidenter than I've ever been. Tyson is the only true heavyweight lineal champion of the world, and everybody will understand that and love him. And he'll be bigger now than he's ever been, because it's him. He's being himself, and you can't beat that. Yeah. No, take your time. Forget these cameras, take your time. Come on. Hold on, yeah. Yep. That's it. Yep. I want AJ to keep winning. I want AJ to beat Wilder. So all I'm saying can take place here in the UK with millions and millions watching. I think they'll declare a bank holiday, won't they, when it happens?
They should. Brilliant, I'd hope so.
They'll declare a week's holiday, won't they, when nobody does know for a full week to get ready for this fight, you know what I'm saying? But listen, it's an event I hope I see in my lifetime. You know, and at the end of the day, what a spectacle to look forward to. And it will happen. The only way that won't happen, if they won't let it happen. It'll happen because we want it to happen. Tyson wants to fight AJ. I want to fight AJ. All his family want to fight AJ. We ain't shying from no one. He wants to cement a legacy, Tyson, of being the best of his era. And he fought every good champion what was there. And he's already done the hard bit, beating Klitschko in Germany. He's done the hard bit going to America, getting this so-called farce of a draw with Wilder, which he won anyway. But all that's leading up to this big, big night of boxing. And we want it here in Britain. So Eddie Hearn, it's not us, mate. We ain't going to run from you. You know, it's 50-50 because Tyson's as popular as what he is. Tyson's done more than what he has.
You know, Tyson's beat genuine, legitimate champions, dangerous men. AJ hasn't. So 50-50 split. You know, even Tyson said he'd box him for give the proceeds to charity, give all the purse winnings to charity. You can't get no more straightforward than that. Tyson said he'll box him when the time's right for free. And I do believe that'll be the case. But listen, if it's about money, get it on. Get it on, let's do it. You know, and Eddie Hearn, he knows what we're like. We're not gonna steal. We ain't running from nobody in this life. Tyson's not even 31 yet. We've got plenty of time. And you're going to see two fighters fight at the best. Not when they're old men, 37, 38, when they're past the best. You're going to see young men at the best, at the peak, fighting one another. You know. And let's just wait and see. And you'll see the prediction will be right. Tyson will wear that crown, it'll be cemented on his head. He'll be sleeping with it on till he dies. You know, and this can only take place in the UK. I'm looking so forward to it. But fans out there, hear this. It's happening. It's happening. He can run, but he can't hide. Tyson's got to do what he's got to do. He's signed agreements, he's got on them. But the end result is AJ. And I bet AJ has sleepless nights over it as well, because he knows what's coming. Listen, you can't beat what you can't hit. When you can't hit it, you don't know how to beat it, are you? You know, it's like me trying to play tennis out there. I'm never going to beat Djokovic, whatever his name is. I'm a Djokovic if I can't hit the ball. And that's what it's going to be like. It's like me trying to play Djokovic at Wimbledon. You know what I'm saying? But listen, let's see. They've got a puncher's chance. And that's all he's got is a puncher's chance, like the rest of them.
Because I was playing around with him with the boxing gloves on. He said, I'll spar you. He said, because all them people I've watched them videos now to beat the lot, he said. I said, maybe you could get the gloves on. I'll see what you can do now. And we're sparring about it, me and broke my ribs. I never said no at the time, but I tell you what, when the end of the round come, I sat on the wall and said, right, that'll do now. So I got business on. Ribs was broke. But I didn't want to tell him, I think you knew. And he's going, you alright, Dad? He said, looking a bit twitchy there. I said, I'm alright, son, don't you worry about that. But ribs was broke, and he was 14. And from that time on, he seemed to change. He turned into this character full of confidence. You know, every time a boxer come on the TV, I can beat him, not a problem. I can do this, I can do that. But he could. And that was the fun part. Everything Tyson said he could do, he did, and more. You know, so that's Tyson.
Did you have a trip down to hospital after you broke your ribs?
I did, to be honest with you. I didn't say how it happened. I said I jumped over a wall and it was a bit low the other side, and I thought. Told a lie. You couldn't say a 14-year-old could have done it, could you? So they just said, go and wrap them up. He said, you'll be alright now. 3 or 4 weeks or so. What we do as a family, yeah, I've not been a good guy, you know. I've done wrong things in my life. I've paid the price. I've never moaned, I've never griped, I've got on with it. I've never denied and said, oh, I'm clean, I'm whiter than white, I'm a man, I make mistakes. I'm only trying to look after my family and stand up for my father's name, you know. And if that's so wrong, well, I'll have to stay wrong. But all I say, give the kid a break. Why ruin his life? They've given him mental breakdowns. He's gone to balloon in weight. He's attempted suicide 4 times. I'm living with him now. I moved in his house. You know what I'm saying? To get his head right, what these people's doing with him. Because he said, look, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm getting treated like shit. He said, I wish I'd have lost and I got treated better. Now that's terrible, isn't it? He said, I wish Dad had lost the fight. I'd have got treated better. You know, and I just want people to understand where we're coming from. We're fair and square people. If we get beat, fair enough. But it wouldn't have been so bad if it's had a split decision. You know, the way they had the scoring tonight, but it's like, okay.
Tonight was a close fight.
Close fight.
You couldn't have anything wise.
It's nothing to do with the Australians. I wish them all luck in the world. Yeah. They're celebrating, we're not, but we can take it because we're men. But all I say, what you've done to Tyson, don't do it to a 23-year-old kid. Don't bury the two of them. They've already buried one son. Don't break another kid. They're human, for God's sake. Everybody who's nice to me, I'm nice to them, and I show everybody the utmost respect who respects me. You know, and I don't think you can do any harm with being like that. You know, I don't read into people. I don't go on what people say about other people. I judge them myself. You know, if I give a clear and honest opinion about everybody, or I try to anyway. And if people don't like me, many don't,
I understand I'm a man of very few friends. I probably ain't got no friends, to be honest, not few, none. But that is by and by. But I'm honest, I say how it is, and if people can't deal with that, well, don't talk to John Fury. Go and talk to some other fake man who's going to lie to you all day. Come here, you want the truth, you get the truth.
How do you see the fight playing out?
If and when it happens, and it is a big if, let's put it this way. I see Tyson on the offensive more, getting more physical than what he did last time, because this time he'll have the strength to do so. He'll be pushing Deontay Wilder back more, he'll be engaging in more, let's just say, more like grappling. The referee will be sweating cobs this time because he'll be working. Tyson will be all over him, he'll be pushing him, he'll be rolling and he'll be pushing him back. And I say Deontay Wilder runs out of steam in about 8 rounds and gets stopped this time.
There's groups where you can go down and have talks and sit down and see people and talk about different stuff, you know, and it's quite enjoyable. I only sat a driving course the other day for points on my licence, and I thought, you know what, this is good. Why couldn't we have groups like this in the mental health? You know what I'm saying? Where people can like-minded what's suffering can sit down and talk about the problems. And I quite enjoyed the day, to be honest with you. And I thought, look here, I got 4 hours now. Don't want to be here. But when I seen everybody together and it was all in the same boat, they're all there for driving offences, I quite enjoyed it, to be honest with you. And I learnt a lot that day about driving. And I've been driving 40 years. You know, so at the end of the day, I learnt from that day at a motoring course. So what can we do in a mental health course in the same environment with like-minded people? And it's enjoyable stuff. It was all there sick over the points was everybody was laughing in the building. And that's what I liked, you know what I'm saying? All kinds was there. Asian people, Chinese people, every creed was there sorting the job out. And that was only for a driving offence. You know, so if we can get something like that going for the mental health as well, groups we can go to and spend 2 or 3 hours a day talking about your problems, they're not as bad. When you see somebody else in the same boat and they're getting up to come there and they're putting themselves out to be there with the rest of the people to help out, that can only be good, can't it? And that's what we need to do, of all ages. Get it together, have little group meetings once a week or whenever you want to go, have people you can phone, you know, 24 hours, whether it's night or day, and they're all on hand to help, aren't they? And just block this suicide rate out, you know what I'm saying? Because talking about it solves a lot of problems. You know, a cup of tea? That's a cup of tea, isn't it? That can solve a lot of problems in the right company, in the right environment. That's all it takes. Simple matters to sort problems out with mental health. It's just when it gets left, they're on their own, they've no one to talk to, you know, people ignore them, people don't want to be around them because they're probably hostile the way they are, there's no fun in them. So people don't want to be around that. They want to move on to happy people, don't they? You know, but I'm one of them who care about people with problems because I've had problems all my life. You know, listen, dying's easy, living that's hard, you know. And if you're not living correctly in the right way, what good is it? And that's how people think. They think, you know what, life ain't worth living, there's no enjoyment, I'm getting up depressed every day. I might as well be dead, but it's not the case. To swap life for a cold, dark grave for eternity, it's not much of a swap. So I say, get help. Seek like-minded people. What's willing to help. And there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of bad people in the world, a lot of good people and all. There's more good than bad, and they're there to help you. Like me doing this today. I could be doing different things today with my time, you know, but at the end of the day, I feel it's important. That's why I'm sat here with you, Andy, discussing this matter. And I just hope people can get on with what I'm saying and, you know, understand me from where I'm coming from.
So I just want you to have a little walk around and for you to show everybody the history of the Fury family in this one instance. So take it away.
Yeah, it's a 1920, 25 or 35, not quite sure. And it was built by Charles Phillips in Newport. You know, and it belonged to a certain family from New. And I acquired it from that family. But yeah, it's an ornate caravan. And it's just what people can get an insight to how travelling people used to live. And this was a home for a family back in the 20s and 30s. This is how they lived. You know, there'd be a family of about 10 in there, to be honest and truthful with you. But like I say, when you look at the caravan, it's just history looking at you, isn't it? They're lovely, beautiful things to be admired. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but it's certainly my cup of tea.
Your other son, Tommy?
Yeah.
Enjoying Love Island?
I knew you was going to get on, you know, Andy. Yeah, he's doing very well. I can't be any prouder, to be honest with you. I've got them doing well in the boxing field. They're at the top of the tree in the boxing. And Tommy, you know, he's made a big impression, hasn't he? He's made a big splash when he's jumped in the river. Everybody likes him. He's a likeable kid, and he's doing well. I'm enjoying it, and I think other people's enjoying it as well. And I say good luck to him, and thank you for the fans who voted for him. Thank you all.
When you watch it, do you see a different side to Tommy that you didn't necessarily know before? Obviously, you might see a side to him that he shows more so with his friends as opposed to his family.
The Tommy I'm looking at on Love Island, I didn't know existed.
Okay.
Because the Tommy I know, he was a kid that didn't say a lot, inward thinking. He was out with his friends most times. I didn't see much of him. All I seen of Tommy is when he come to the gym. I just seen him as a boxer. You know, I didn't think he had this interacting ability like he has. But he surprised me in every way. You know, I'm so proud of him. He looks a lot more mature in that programme than the Tommy I know at home. So yeah, you know, sky's the limit for him. I think he's going to do really well, and the public do like him, don't they? Because he's a likeable kid. You know, and everybody can see he's an harmless kind of a guy. You know what I'm saying? He wears his heart on his sleeve. You know what he's thinking. You know, he's up front with everything. And you know what? He can't even make a bloody cup of tea, can he?
I was going to say.
What does surprise me, because he's made me plenty, so I don't know I don't know what happened to him that night. He must have had a brain freeze or something. The occasion got to him.
Will we see Big John Fury around the island?
Most definitely will do, and they'll know I've been there as well.
Come on, Tommy, get to that final.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to be there, and I'm not going to be quiet neither. I'll let it all go. You'll see the real John Fury, and you'll say, we didn't know this fella existed. Where's this side of him come from?